I don't believe in coincidences, so if this message found you, then I believe that it's going to find you when you need to hear it the most. And I never really have like topics set for these videos. I really just kind of speak from the heart and the soul. And so the message that I am hearing today is to just let go. When we are so set on the way we think our life is going to go, or we're so set on a certain outcome, do you ever notice that that outcome like never comes true? Or maybe it does, it just probably doesn't happen the way that you thought it would. Like, for instance, and what got me thinking about this is, if you did not know, I'm pregnant with our 4th baby, and I was so sure that we were done having kids. We were told that we would never have kids to begin with. When I came into the relationship, my husband had one child who is very much my own child. Even though I didn't birth him, I accepted my husband and my son when I got with my husband. And again, we were told that we wouldn't have any babies. So I took my role as a mother figure in his life very, very seriously. And so when we got pregnant with our first, we thought we were probably one and done. And then as she got a little bit older, I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to do the baby thing anymore. Like, it kind of scared me that she was growing so fast and that I would not get to experience that any longer. And so we got pregnant with our second, and then the same thing. I was like, oh, okay, just one more. Like, I love my kids so freaking much. Anybody that knows me knows that I know that my biggest purpose here on earth was to be a mom and to love these little kids. And honestly, our children are our biggest lessons in life. My kids have taught me so much just by existing. And so I truly believe whatever we end up with is what we were meant to have. And so anyway, long story short, after our third one, and if you did not know, my husband is 24 years older than me. I met him while I was in prison. I literally manifested him. That's a story for another day, or maybe I'll kind of touch on it at the end. But I have ADHD, so I'm trying to stay on the story I'm talking about. If you guys relate, let me know in the comments. But after our third, we were like, okay, like, that's it. We don't need any more. Like, 3 is enough. 4 is enough. Zachary was getting older. He's now almost 20 years old. I cannot believe it. When I came into his life, he was 7, almost turning 8. And it's just really crazy, like, how fast time flies. And so after the third, we were like, all right, like, it's a lot. It's a lot having kids, and it's expensive, and trying to divide your time between them, that's really what I was most worried about. Like, I never wanted any of them to feel like they didn't have enough attention or time. And honestly, my kids get so much attention individually and together. Like, I don't even know why we worry about such things, right? But anyway, long story short, we thought for sure that we were done having children. And here I am, pregnant with our 4th. And I know for a fact that every single thing in life happens exactly the way that it should and exactly the way that it's supposed to. And I used to be so hell-bent on like, oh, things have to go this way and this outcome has to be this, or just so focused on the way that I thought that it should be. And the truth of the matter is, when you learn to just let go and you learn to just live in the moment, go with the flow. That's the theme of this video. Go with the flow. is when you find peace, is when you find harmony, and is when you find that things fall exactly the way that they should. And every day I learn this. You know, we're human, and even though I've been a master manifester for the last 11 plus years, I believe in my addiction. I was even manifesting. I just did not realize like that's what it was. If you're new here, I'm 11 years sober. And I'm very open and honest about that because I hope that my story can inspire and help other people. Which is why I'm hosting a 5-day experience and a mentorship. I'm only going to mentor 50 women. So if you guys are interested in that, last video, I didn't know that the form had a end date, but I did fix that. So I will have the link down below for you guys. But I just know that it's my life's passion to help people. It doesn't matter what your age is. It doesn't matter where you're at in your journey of oh my God, words are hard. Spirituality. There's a butterfly literally flying around my head. It doesn't matter where you're at in life. It doesn't matter if you feel like, oh, I can't have the things that I want because I'm this age or I'm this or that. It doesn't, anything you have in your brain that you think is a reason of why you cannot achieve the things that you want to achieve, just throw that out the window. And I truly feel like that is my purpose here on earth. When I was living in the streets, homeless, in and out of prison, in an abusive relationship, I mean, you guys, this guy was really horrible to me. He was amazing sober, but he was a drunk, and 9.9 times out of 10, he was drunk. He couldn't stop drinking. And so when he was drunk, he would become this alter ego who hated me. It was very strange. But, I mean, I've been through a lot in relationships. And, like, he literally poured a 5-gallon bucket of white paint over my head. I was picking paint out of my hair, out of my toes, out of everywhere for months on end. And I was homeless. So, like, anyway, I cannot believe, thinking back on that life, I literally cannot believe that that's how I lived and I went through the things I did. But when you're that far gone, your mind is just in a different place, I guess. And back then, I never in a million years thought that I would even live to see the next year or live to see a time where I'd be in a healthy relationship. I mean, my husband and I have been together 11 years. We have not had a fight in 11 years. He's my best friend. We are literally so synced up, and it's the craziest thing how we have like telepathy. He could be he could say the most random thing, and I'm like, how the hell do you pull the thoughts right out of my brain? For instance, today, we have chickens. We raised baby chicks. We just bought our dream home in the beginning of the year, actually the end of last year. And we bought a little farm for our kids with chickens, and my daughter has a dragon. And anyway, long story short, we raised up chicks. But when you buy chicks from Tractor Supply, you don't know like what it's going to be until you raise them up. So unfortunately, we ended up with majority of roosters. Well, the roosters were fighting as they got older, so we had to get rid of them. So my husband took them today to a chicken auction. It's actually really funny. And we were going to try to get hens, but my husband shoots pool on Wednesday nights, so he couldn't stay for the auction. So we'll just have to find hens from somewhere else, because the point is to have chickens to have the eggs, right? And I didn't know what time he was going to the chicken auction, but I was like, let me call him, check on him, see how he's doing, because we had to get the chickens ready last night. And then he took them to work with him today and then left work to go drop them off. I literally called him the second he was pulling into the auction. And I was just like, I don't know how we have this telepathy thing, but like, I'm so grateful for it. And I never in a million years thought that I would have that, or I would have such an amazing partner to do life with that has my back no matter what. And sitting in a jail cell, I dreamed of this life and I pictured it. And I knew that just one decision to be better, do better, and have better would bring me better. And look what it has brought me. And that's why, if you've been around with me since my crafting days, you guys have literally seen the transformation. And I know a lot of you are sad that I'm not crafting anymore. And I'm going to be honest, I'm sad that I'm not either. But crafting was a hobby for me. Crafting was a getaway for me. And it became something that I had to do. It became something that I ended up despising, because it didn't matter like what I did. It didn't matter what I made. Yeah, I had a lot of support, but you always have those people that like, you just can't do anything right. And it took a huge toll on my mental health. I gave up a lot of time with my family. I gave up a lot of time with my kids. When I started crafting, I only had one child at home. I was pregnant with my second, and then I had her, and I had C-section after C-section. So I actually was crafting through 2 pregnancies, standing up 9 months pregnant for 20 hours a day. After being cut open by C-section, then very next week I was back up at my craft desk. Like, it just became a lot on my mental health, and I had just realized like it just was not worth that anymore. And even though I was scared to kind of step away, I knew that God had bigger plans for me. And so anyway, long story short, all of this to say is, when you stop trying to figure out the end, or you just start living from the end, and stop being so focused on what a specific outcome needs to be, is when you really start to find peace and harmony. And again, the chips will fall where they may, and it always ends up being so much better than you thought. And so I hope this message finds you at the time that you need it. If you guys want to join my 5-day experience or my mentorship, just click the link below. It is a questionnaire tailored to you and what you're struggling with and things like that, because I want this to be the best experience for everybody. And I want it to be something that people actually need, not just something I think people need, if that makes sense. So anyway, I love you guys so much. Make sure you save this, follow me, leave a comment, do all the things. I greatly appreciate it. I have lost a lot of subscribers since I stopped crafting, which I totally expected and I'm totally cool with. I know that those people were never meant for me to begin with. And so if you've stuck around with me this long, or if you're new, let me know you're new. But if you've stuck around with me for this long and you're with me no matter what, just know that I love you more than you could ever know. I appreciate you, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Love y'all.